Do you ever get early Overlord speed? It's very rare. Maybe if I really want to know what he's doing, every once in a while I'll do some early Overlord speed drops or something like that, but... Alright. I'm just gonna play it safe. I'll probably get cannon rushed, who knows. A lot of Protoss players open up with a forge against random players and then they whip out the cannons. But remember that everything that isn't pants, boys. Never forget. Alright, I'm gonna be going for the expansion, but I'm getting that spawning pool that allows me the Zerglings, it allows me the potential spine crawlers or whatever against maybe a proxy gate. I'm pretty much making sure I cover all my bases, puns absolutely intended, so that way I don't take any damage early on. That's very important. Yeah, I honestly wouldn't recommend at the lower levels trying to use, I mean, you can do drops, but you can also just have your overlords in position to do light drops. If you're really relying on overlord drops to do damage, you're probably focusing too much on micro and not nearly enough on your macro. It's better to micro your macro than macro your micro. That doesn't make sense. The first part did, though. The second part didn't make sense. But... yeah. I wouldn't recommend early Overlord drop for like Banelings, even though sometimes you can just outright win with it. So... is he cannon rushing me? I'm just looking. I'm searching behind. There's a chance he was able to just walk back out with his probe. So, because I don't really have vision of that area. Oh yeah, remember guys, if you enjoy the stream, make sure to press that follow button. Most of the time I'm streaming Grandmaster games, but every few, like today we voted for a noob stream. For all you newer players out there, are there any players who are gold or below or don't even own the game at all that are actually learning to learn, wanting to learn something? Give me a Kappa Ross in the chat just to get an idea. But you guys voted for this type of stream today. We'll be back to Grandmaster maybe later today or tomorrow, but thank you guys again for being here. Oh, 1v1 me. Yeah, he's got an expansion. That's the important information. But that's who we're trying to... if you have questions, especially at that level, don't be afraid to ask. If they're very obvious, I'm sure the chat can help you out. If they're a little bit more in-depth, maybe I can help you out. But we got you covered. I mean, statistically, gold players and everyone who doesn't play StarCraft heavily outweighs. I mean, bronze, silver, gold, and everyone who doesn't play StarCraft heavily outweighs the people who do at a higher level. It's just the people who play StarCraft at the higher level are probably a little bit more likely to watch streams and stuff. But think about all the people that don't play StarCraft in the world. All the other who aren't those 100,000 that have laddered this season or whatever. So there's a few of them out there. Believe it or not. But I haven't really talked about my decision making so far. Alright, I see he has an expansion. I see he has the gases. I made a decent chunk of Zerglings in case he decides to move out with Adepts. I'm getting an Evo Chamber and a Roach one. That's just my basic early defense. Just my basic early defense in general. The Roach one will help me out. In a little while, I'm going to start making... you don't want to make Spore Crawlers too early if you don't scout like a Stargate or something like that. I can get by that. But we see here, he's got a robotics facility, which means we don't need Spore Crawlers. This is just a scout. This is a scouting expedition that got a little bit too much done. I'm going to start my +1 attack here. I'm going to start working on a few probes because I can. I just got lucky that I got by, but why not take the opportunity? These Lings were also in case he tried to take a really early third base. Having a group of Lings is good for defense and for offense, but from here, I'm going to be more invested in going Roaches for sure. I'm just going to get Spore Crawlers on the edge of my mineral lines to deal with Warp Prisms maybe. But I've already got a very solid economic lead. I see he's going for the Robo and the Gateways. And from here, maybe I make a few more drones. I'm going to drop creep here. I'm going to get one set of Zerglings. Oh, he has this probe over here. But I'm going to get just a handful. You don't want to under-drone. Like, Even though I killed some probes, if I just made roaches right now, I'd probably still be even on economy. So I'm going to rally out the drones to this base, besides the one from over here. And then I'm just going to be making roaches, ravagers, and lynx. Now that I got my third base starting to run a little, I'm going to get maybe 8-10 drones here total. And then I'm going to start spreading. A good place to put your overlords is like right outside. Right outside of your mineral lines or where warp prisms could be coming in. So that way you could react to them in a timely manner. I'm just making roaches right now. I have enough gas banked up because Ravagers are really good against Immortals. It's very likely he's going Immortal here. I'm going to get this Overseer in for a little bit of extra scouting. I'm going to have the Lings in position, even though this Overlord can scout as well. I just started playing StarCraft and loving Toss. Do you know any standard opener for Toss? You can use the Guides command, but link straight to my guides with the basic one. Don't go for the high-level guides. Go for the basic guides. You'll be able to see the difference. But I have some basic openers there. Alright. From here, like, he has no gases over here. That's a big deal because he can't really tech up. We saw some Immortals. We saw a few more gateways. But there's no reason to do anything. I'm going to get the Carapace upgrade as well. That'll help out the Zerglings maybe. But I'm going to sit back. I'm going to make Roaches. I'm going to make Ravagers. And that's it. Yeah, we're only listening to Monster Cat music, so I could potentially put this stuff up on YouTube today. Alright. I got one more Changeling that might be able to get the Scout, but he hasn't really moved in yet. Oh, he sees that, but there might be a slight chance he has a hidden base. It looks pretty unlikely, but there's a slight chance. Alright. But I'm at 150 supply against a player who doesn't even have gas on their second base. This is a very A-move situation. We're doing our best to get to A-move situations, because A-moving is easiest, right? One action. That's it. Well, I guess technically two actions. A click, but either way. We've had a full scout of his tech the entire game. I put everything... I'm just going to make sure in case he gets DTs or something. Get a couple Overseers, but... I'm going to A-move. And that means we've played a good game so far. There you go. I didn't actually click. I forgot to click. You got an A click. That's my bad. That's actually very important. You don't right click on that.
Game ended. Replay saved.
I forgot like one of the two